Hey friends, Ash here, welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. I don't know where you live, where you are, but I can tell you right here, right now, it doesn't feel like fall is close at all. Essentially, it feels like the 7th layer of Hades. It's hot, that's what I mean. But fall is just around the corner. Autumn is on its way, and with that in mind, I've got for you guys different fragrances that you can wear when it finally does arrive that will have you smelling irresistible or really good, pretty good, nice. You smell good.
No, you'll smell amazing. Trust me.
All of these are linked in the description. Feel free to check them out down there. We're gonna start off with kind of a weird one. And actually the one that I would say out of everything today is the most under the radar. It's from Pepe Jeans and it's addictive. You see, it's right there in the name, irresistible, addictive, whatever. That's what it's called. It can't be wrong because they would never name it that way if it wasn't that thing. That's how it works. Genius business idea. Why don't they just name a fragrance most complimented ever, for sure? It's gonna outsell Sauvage. Don't steal that from me, all you brands out there. I'm on to you. Now this Broseph McJoseph right here is cheap. It's like 25 bucks, a little bit under. I scooped mine up from JOMASHOP and did not even know at the time that this thing right here is alcohol free. Remember I said it's kind of weird? Yeah. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of alcohol-free fragrances. Give me the alcohol, okay? I got a problem. I'll take the alcohol as much as you can give me in my fragrance bottles. Actually, no, within reason, because I do want there to be actual fragrance in there, not just alcohol, but you get what I'm saying. So a lot of these alcohol-free fragrances, Sauvage Eau Forte, Chrome, Under the Pole, they don't perform. They have really weak projection. They can leave your skin feeling quite sticky. Just a lot of things that are usually not great with them. And I did not know this was alcohol-free until I purchased it, and then I looked at the box, and it was like, oh, an alcohol-free blah, 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 whatever the heck. As if it's a great selling point. Just a pro tip to you guys, you fragrance brands out there. I know for some people, alcohol-free is the way to go, but for the most part, when I see that, I think, ooh, that's gonna suck. But this one is not too shabby. It's kind of in the styling of Stronger With You. So it's gonna give you that warm, sweet, sexy scent profile that people really enjoy. This one is a little bit more aromatic leaning though. There's sage in here along with leather, cinnamon, little touch of citrus, lavender, and tonka. So you can think of it in that style, in that wheelhouse of Stronger With You, just with, like I said, an aromatic twist and a focus on some of the other ingredients that somehow come together and smell similar to the SWY. Now, I do need to tell you, again, alcohol-free, the performance not amazing. But at 24 bucks, 23 bucks, whatever, it's cheap enough that you can go heavy to make up for that. And it does smell really pleasant, but a lot of the ones we're gonna talk about, frankly, if you're after just maximum attention, are gonna beat this one out. This one is just that under the radar cheapy choice that maybe would work really well for some people looking for something slightly different, but in a familiar style. So let's get started with some of the stuff that's gonna absolutely crush. First up, this one right here, 1 Million Royal. Much better performance here, which you would expect because it's a Paco Rabanne and it's a 1 million. And this is before they changed everything to just million. It still has the 1. So in terms of notes, you've got cardamom in here. You have some citrus. You also have lavender. You have benzoin, patchouli, cedar. It's another one that has a little aromatic tinge to it, but this one has more sweetness than the Pepe over here. One thing that helps 1 Million Royal stand out is even though it is quite sweet, a Paco Rabanne after all, it is easy to be worn by guys middle-aged and older. It's not that type of 1 million that comes across as like, you know, something that a 12-year-old is gonna wear. No offense to you 12-year-olds out there. Ask your mom before you purchase anything. Don't be stealing that credit card. It doesn't go overly bubblegummy. You can potentially wear the fragrance in more dressy situations and pull it off. Just a really solid scent that kind of falls by the wayside just a little bit. You know, 1 Million Elixir, as far as the newer 1 Million and Million flankers, that one gets probably talked about the most, but this one really good. Now another newer release, Spice Bomb Metallic Musk by Victor and Rolf. Now I know you may think to yourself, well, why would you go Metallic Musk? You know, why not just go with the original Spice Bomb or Extreme, you know? And I would say, yeah, you can pull those off in fall pretty easy. You know, you could wear the infrared ones too. You could wear Night Vision. They all work. Metallic Musk though, This one is gonna give you a little bit of a freshness. I just sprayed my hand. With how many bottles I have sprayed over the years, you would think that I would be able to spray it here. You'd be wrong. So Metallic Musk, as I said, a little freshness. Still has that Spice Bomb styling, that Spice Bomb DNA. Still has that compliment factor like you would expect. You know, it's got that cinnamon, it's got that black pepper. Of course, it has musk as it dries down too. Also has a bit of leather in there. Nice little hint of sweetness. Very, very, very versatile, easy to wear. I would say easier to wear than the original Spice Bomb for most people if we're talking about just like the maximum number of occasions that you would reach for the scent. And for that reason and that reason alone, it's one you should check out for this coming fall and winter and spring. Basically, they just said, hey, what if we took Spice Bomb and we just, yeah, freshened it up, added a little ozonic tinge to it, a little touch of sweetness in there, easy peasy. And that's what they did. La Nuit de l'Homme up next, but not the original La Nuit de l'Homme. No, the Eau de Parfum version. Now we're cooking with gas, with something that's just warm, sexy, spicy, magnetic, that type of scent. Yeah. It does sometimes get overlooked. You know, it does not get heralded with hype. It's not that type of fragrance. Never has been. I mean, when it came out, you know, people were just kind of lukewarm on it as far as the overall reaction within the fragrance community, right? It's got cardamom and grapefruit off the top. Cardamom gonna tie it in with the original La Nuit de l'Homme. Also has leather as it dries down, a sweet leather, not skanky, not funky, not animalic. Clean lavender, sweet tonka, a little creamy sandalwood in there as well in the base. Performance better than the original Eau de Toilette. And that really carries over mainly to the longevity. So it lasts a good deal longer. The projection is still gonna be more moderate, but for like an evening scent, date night fragrance, something where you don't wanna overwhelm the people around you, but you do want to be noticed, something like this goes a long, long, long way. Then we got an Armoff. This is Checkmate King. Yes, with the chess piece cap. I guess that would be functional. These type of bottles always feel kind of weird to me, like you're just holding a hockey puck, right? And you're having to spray that out. I don't know. It works. Scandal Absolute is what this smells similar to, and it is amazing. And that goes for Scandal Absolute too. If you want to spend a little more money, scoop up that Scandal. But this, for about 40 bucks, this is amazing. It's one of the best things Armoff has done over the past couple years, I would say. It's right up there in their like S tier of stuff that they've released. The performance is there, the longevity, the projection, everything here is extremely well done. And if you want something that smells like Scandal Absolute, but for less, that's your first stop. This right here. Attention! Code update. Gift Express. It's still 15% off. Gents 15 still the code, but now it's 400 bucks or above that gets you 15% off. Otherwise, it's 10% off. That's bad news. The good news, you can use it unlimited times now instead of just once. As usual, the JOMASHOP codes only work within the JOMASHOP app, so be aware of that. And then all the other codes that you see there, like the Perfume Box, Fantastic Discounter, Max Aroma, Twisted Lily, and others, you can use those codes as usual. Then one of my favorites, Lunar Rosa Black. Can't forget that, can't forget that. Lunar Rosa Black smells similar to Bulgari Black, smells similar to Midnight in Paris, maybe with like a little sprinkling, a little touch of Lunar Rosa Sport thrown in for good measure. Very unique smelling. Now, even though it smells a little similar to those fragrances, it's extremely unique because Bulgari Black, discontinued. Midnight in Paris, discontinued. Lunar Rosa Black, knock on wood, not discontinued. A lot of tonka in there. It's gonna give it a really nice sweetness, extremely inviting smelling, even a touch rubbery, but in an extremely attractive way. People love Lunar Rosa Black. The people that this works for will swear by it, and I am one of those people. Lunar Rosa Black crushes. Then we got the Brune. The Brune that is liquid. Actually, that sounds actually bad. The brown that is liquid. And you're like, wait, ooh, no, I know what you're talking about. A little too much Taco Bell. You know, things get a little crazy. No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about liquid Brune. This is like the OG Altair clone, right? PDM Altair, which has steadily climbed the ranks and become like one of the top tier PDMs at this point. I'd say a lot of people would put it up there with like Leighton, Harrod, Carlisle. It's in that echelon for a lot of people. It is sweet, obviously, really, really sweet. I mean, take a look at this note breakdown, right? Like, yeah, it's one of those ones where you don't even have to smell it. You can just read it and be like, oh, okay, yeah, I got you. Same vibe going on here with Liquid Brune. Even though it was pretty much the first big alternative to Altair, it's still one of the best. And it's easy to find, not too expensive, good performance, just the whole deal. It's that total package. I want to talk about an Elixir next. This is Armani Code Elixir. They do give us a magnetic cap, so it's quite nice. Automatic half point up, or full point, perhaps. I think it's usually a full point that I say, right? It's the only magnetic cap here today, too. Slackers, all of you. So this one is a little reminiscent of Armani Code Absolute, which is discontinued. That was my favorite Armani Code, I loved it. This is not a one-to-one with Code Absolute, which is not really a big surprise, right? They're not gonna just automatically release the exact same thing. They're gonna put a little twist on it and pretend that it's brand new. They did that with the new Code Eau de Parfum, which is a little similar to Code Perfumo, also discontinued. Now, of course, there's a little twist with that new Code Eau de Parfum, but it's close enough to discontinued Perfumo that you can tell, right? But they're doing the same deal here where they're like, nah, Code Elixir is different. This is not Code Absolute that we changed a few things. We would never do that. We would never do that. So as I said, a little similar to Code Absolute, but with the leather kind of pumped up, a little more of that going on here. So for some people, that's gonna be a good thing. Other people, not a good thing. It depends on how you approach leather as a note in your fragrances. It is a little more of like a slick, sweet leather. It's not, you know, a harsh leather or anything like that. And once again, with an Elixir performance, it's there. And that's what you want in fall. Unless it's like early fall and it's still unbelievably, unbearably hot. And then just hold off a little bit on these, you know, have a little decency. I want to talk Aeros next. Aeros Parfum. I do love Aeros Parfum. This stuff is just absolutely fantastic. So it's got mint, lemon, apple, tonka, geranium, vanilla, amber, some other stuff going on as well. It comes from a time way back, way back, when fragrances had full note breakdowns. It was a glorious time. Nowadays, we only get 3. But yeah, they used to give full note breakdowns for like every release. It's the craziest thing. It's a very novel concept. This one has a nice citrus pop to it, a little green, fresh, bright, but as it dries down, great sweetness that comes out from that vanilla, ties it in with the other Aeros fragrances. Gonna be a little more grown up, a little more buttoned up compared to the Eau de Toilette and also even the Eau de Parfum. Doesn't come across as synthetic smelling as the EDT. Not that there's anything wrong with the EDT, just the Parfum does come across a little higher end. I've always loved that. So this one right here, fall time, yes please, and performance, of course. And let's go ahead with one more Elixir and then 2 quick extra ones. Ralph's Club Elixir is the elixir of choice here, and it has that most glorious of notes, iris. Yeah, iris. I love it. If you don't love it, that's fine, but I do. Also has cardamom, lavender, citrus in here as well, a little bit of sage, then also has some leather as well in the dry down. Ralph's Club Elixir, a top-notch fragrance the whole way through. Great longevity, extremely refined, a great scent to help set you apart versus those other blue fragrances out there. So a couple extras, there they are. Le Male Elixir Absolute and the Most Wanted. The Most Wanted, very contemporary, gonna give you that warm, almost edible, semi-gourmand type of sweetness, you know, kind of playing in that same ballpark as stuff like Stronger With You. Just extremely well done, massive compliment puller, not too expensive, even at full retail, a lot to love. And Elixir Absolute. Now, the tough act to follow, Le Male de Parfum and Le Male Elixir, those two are just top notch. And of course, a lot of people are gonna roll their eyes when they see the name. It's not just Elixir, it's Elixir Absolute. Like, okay, right, okay, sure. Like, what's next? It's Elixir Absolute Parfum, I guess. I don't know. But don't let that distract you from the fragrance itself, because this works extremely well. It has within this bottle plum, cinnamon, cardamom, along with lavender, tonka, a little bit of labdanum as well. It is quite sweet, rich, a little bit creamy, and you could think of it almost as like a little bit of a mixture of Le Male Elixir, also touch of Le Male de Parfum, which smells similar to Elixir, and even Ultramale as well. It's like Jean Paul Gaultier's greatest hits, all combined into one. kind of. So there we go, guys. Some choices for you for this coming fall that you can wear if you want to smell irresistible or just really good. If you want to smell really good, it'll do that too. Nice, 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 nice. I want to thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.